And we're live. I think. Yeah, there we go. We're live. All right. Welcome in, everyone. It feels like it's been forever, but it's only been a week. We had a very hectic live stream last week where I was trying my best to get back to you guys and still made it happen. I want to thank everyone for their thoughts and prayers for my SP's family member who was in the accident. He's all fine now, no issues, no nothing. It was a very miraculous event. So thank you guys for the prayers and wishes. And it is 3 minutes past our deadline, but I remembered 10 a.m. today. I stayed on point, and reminds me, meal prep guy. Got to reach out to him. Very positive guy, by the way. Might have to have him on here because his success was a. Sorry, that's very unprofessional. What's up, Austin? I'm doing well. How are you, brother? Um, but yeah, so I want to thank everyone for their prayers and positive visualizations and everything for SP's family member. So he's all good though. I thank you guys for that. And feels weird to do a Monday live because I haven't recorded any videos, haven't done anything. Like I said, I don't like doing repeat videos. I'm not going to sit here and do because I like to get the views or whatever. Here's a video, clickbaity, this or that. I'm not going to do that. So I'm only going to post what I feel is valuable when I feel like that intuitive drive like getting pulled from me. Like, hey, make a video on this. I will do that. Or if we get questions, I'm answering questions in Discord every day. One of the Discord questions there is about thought transmission. So I'm going to talk about that here and do a video on it. There were some questions on the forgiveness videos, which I've been making a lot of because I always feel like I'm leaving something out. So I'll make another video on that, touch on that here. Being precise in your goals. Like right now, I would say I'm not currently manifesting anything, but consciously, because we're always manifesting. Right now, it's like I need to have a goal or something because I feel like I'm kind of bumping around. I have some thoughts, but there's something I want to work on. So we'll go over that, being precise, and take some Q&A stuff too, as well as like we do every week. And then I'll make some announcements. Good, just relaxing with my pup today. Prayers to your SP's family. Well, thank you, Austin. And that sounds like a nice, relaxing day. I got to go see my pups the other day when I went to visit my mom. Like I said, it was yesterday. Time flies though. They're getting gray in the face and everything. It's been 5 years. I'll make this announcement too. This week, I'm going to announce a seminar. I made a video, like if I did a video seminar, if you guys want to do that, it would be cheaper than a coaching session, but it would be all of us at once. I'm figuring out the technicalities of it. I think it will be a small group, 10 to 20 people. I know we have a lot more viewers on the channel, but not everyone's getting updated with stuff. So we'll do a small seminar, see how it goes. It will be cheaper than coaching. And then I've already listed out a whole setup of how we'll do that. So that's one of the announcements. The other thing is I've got some monthly coaching clients. I'm going to open up a limited amount. That way I could spend enough time with everyone, but it will be $1,500 a month. That would be a coaching thing. And I'm launching the merch finally. I keep talking about it, but I'm pulling some stuff off because there were some mistakes with it, some things I didn't like how they did. So if my name's behind it, it's got to be something good. So I'll be doing that. I got a couple other merch ideas, but I'm going to have them designed. New videos this week. I kind of touched on what the videos will be about. Obviously, we're on Discord, and I think I've been saying the price wrong. Somebody let me know if you sign up for it. I thought it was $750 a month, but now it's saying $550. I think that might be something about the might be more in other countries' money and less than ours. But anyway, there's that. I am going to start doing a second live a week because I have to. So shout out once again to Andrea. Hopefully she's watching. But thank you for subscribing to the monthly membership. I'm at least getting that part out to you is the shout outs. But I'm going to be going live with those. So thank you again. Gary, Mitzi, Angelica, what's up, guys? Welcome in. We're going to, I kind of went over all the stuff we're going to talk about. If you guys got any questions, drop them now. I'll make little notes of them. So we'll go over that with the Q&A part. I'm trying to stay a little bit more structured. Gary, if you got one, light it now. Anyone else smoking a cigar, we'll light it now. It's been a very stormy Memorial Day weekend. Oh, also, thank you to all of our veterans out there who may or may not be watching right now. I know I've got a couple clients who are veterans, so thank you guys. And hopefully you're having a good day, with some gratitude and stuff. Can't in a hotel in the UK, flying to Hong Kong tomorrow. Sounds like an exciting day. Just turn, hey, Gary, I'll take the smoke detector off. And this is what's called, see, I'm thinking about starting another channel, but then, like I said, I feel like a lot of stuff mirrors Nea's channel. And she made a thing the other day about doing another channel about her personal life, like almost a vlog style thing. I'm like, damn, I have a channel like that I don't ever post on. It was my next thing. I was going to be like, this is a rose cut, very sloppily rose cutted. This is the Vegas 5 lighter. This is the factory throwout. So I was going to do something about like cigars and working out and just vlogging and life. Another channel, but I'm going to wait a while because she did it and I don't want to look like I'm directly ripping off what she's doing. I had the channel for a while and just never did it. I'm a little nervous picking up my dog because I might see my SP. Also, I'm excited. I'm celebrating my dog's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your dog, Angelica. And don't be nervous. It's easier said than done. I know it because I've been there. But when you're nervous, what are you really doing? If you're nervous, you're expecting something to go south. So try your best to turn that nervousness into excitement, because excitement is anticipation and nervousness, but looked at from a different light. Excitement is you can't wait for the opportunity to happen because you know it's going to work out in your favor, and you know that SP wants to see you more than you even want to see SP, and you're excited to have that experience versus what if I see him and then things are not going to go that great because my self-concept is not really there and I haven't had any communication. So you can look at it from that light. That's going to create fear and anxiety and nervousness. Or you can look at it from a positive light, and no matter what happens, it's not going to rattle me or bother me because I am a motherfucking mystic and ain't nothing going to bother me. So you could look at it from that light and that creates more excitement. Or I'm excited to see how it's working out in my favor no matter what happens, because either way it's going to be something exciting and good. I can't smoke in Hong Kong. They gave me a smoking room, but my cigars are at home anyway. I racked up loads of cigars, getting more tomorrow. There you go. I might have to go take a trip to Hong Kong with you. That's something like I said, we'll start out with that too. Let me light this and we'll talk about being precise with your manifestations. This is why they were throwouts, because I am properly humidifying it, but they're factory throwouts. They're cheaper than regular cigars. This will be more like for the just chatting. And that's how you don't light it, burn it all up. Thank you for the perspective on that. It helps. I'm glad it helps. See, yeah, this is changing the way you look at things, changes the way changing the way you look at things changes the way things react to you. And I'm butchering the statement, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I was going to say, knowing your goal is also very important. That was something I wanted to touch on because it's something for me. Like, I've been just doing my gratitude every day. Like, right now, my manifesting routine is like just gratitude for the things I do have. And it's like, well, what do I want? And it's like, I was like visualizing more subscribers, and then we had like a week of like that boosted up. And then I was like, I'd like to make more money. And I got a ton of overtime and a bunch of clients. Like I said, the monthly clients came in. And I have room for, I got one now. I was thinking only take 5. That way I could give all my attention to everyone who's in there. With that, it's 2 sessions a week and my cell phone. So you could text me whenever if you need something, and I'll give you a little positive text messages to keep you going. Or if you give me a situation, I'll send you an audio note with what's going on throughout the week. And then we'll meet at the beginning week, end of the week, or middle, whatever you want to do. So I've been working on that right now. But it was like I wanted more money. I was visualizing that. Then I get that. So I'm very blessed to have that that client who coaches monthly with me, and a couple other clients came in. So I'm thankful for that. But it was like, you know what? And then like I started having like money thoughts where I'm like, I'm feeling negative about it. Something that was already dismissed, which was when I moved in here, they wanted me to fix the water. I said, hey, I'm buying the place. I've been renting here. I don't give a shit about the water because I don't use that shower. The city says, good, no problem. I started complaining about it when I got hit with a fine for something else. And then another fine here saying that I wasn't paying my association. So I got all this back pay and penalties and stuff. And I was like, I got mad right away, but I'm like, how's this working out in my favor? Well, one, they could have sent it to collections. Somebody intervened and stopped it. So I'm like, that's a blessing. Someone, I'll give credit to, is my father, came out of nowhere. I was like, I don't know how this happened. I thought I was paying it. I thought it was coming out direct deposit. Now I got hit with these penalties and I just paid off other bills. And I had money I could tap into, but I was saving that for something. And then he's like, here's early inheritance. I'm like, I'll pay you back this and that. And he says, no, no. And like, that was a blessing that he paid off. It was a hefty price too that they hit me with. So I'm thankful for my father for that. So it was like, I was like, okay, there's the money self-concept. Then I went and just helped SP with something now too, which was a hefty fine she was facing. So paying it forward, money circulates, it comes right back to you. So I'm like, okay, that's unlocking more of my money consciousness, where it's like, okay, you got slapped with stuff that upset you, but then it was a blessing and more of a time with my dad and stuff like that. And then she was going through something, and we resolved that today too. So, for me though, the whole point of this little tangent is knowing exactly what you want. It's like, I want more money. Okay, you got it, but it was overtime, and I was tired from doing all the overtime, and I didn't want that. And it's like, okay, be specific. Where do you want the money from? How do you want the money? What does it feel like to have that money? And cut out the middleman instead of saying, like, if you can't picture, like, if you know a set amount you want, counting the bills every night should help. But I've worked with a client, and myself included, I don't like doing the counting the money before bed. I can't focus on it. I could see the money. I could do it. I counted like 300 or whatever. And it was funny too, because I said money always circulates to me. Whatever I spend, I get back, or I get back in double or whatever. There was about $700 SP needed to resolve something. Otherwise, there was going to be a problem with her penalties and stuff. So I was like, I don't know how, but I know it's going to get resolved. And someone just helped me with my thing, so I'm paying it forward. I had rewards from another thing to replenish the money, so I spent it, and then I found a rewards program that I didn't even know I was enrolled in that was $733. I was like, wow. So God gave it back with 33 extra. So, just that general affirmation. Sometimes going general helps, but if you know your exact thing, it's like, oh, I want to drive this car and live here and this and that. Why not go big and shoot for the end? So right now, personally, that's why I'm figuring out, what exactly do I want in life? Because if you're happy and content, there's no hunger and drive. It's like, yeah, I want my body to look better too. But am I putting the work in the gym or the diet? Am I focused on it? Am I dialed in? No, well, I'll do a little bit here and there, but you're not that focused on it. So that's why knowing your goal is number one. Coming up with, if it's something physical like a body or making money or something, have a plan of action. Like, I can't just sit here and say, oh, I'm a coach and I'm just going to collect money. No, you have to know how to coach somebody, what to do. Like, if I'm going to do a seminar, how's the seminar laid out? This and that. So there is action involved in certain things, but it's natural action. It feels natural with it. But knowing your goal is number one. The plan gets revealed to you, and then trusting that it's going to unfold the right way. It does. So even with all the bad things I had, it got unfolded. It unfolded the right way. And this died. But anyway, that's why I said if it's an SP you want, that specific person, then you know it's that goal. Or do you desire to be happy? If you desire to be happy, that starts within you. So many people are like, yeah, but I just want this person so then I can feel good. No, you can feel good now. You choose to feel bad. And it's every bad thing that you're going through, or every time you're mad and you're pointing a finger, I'm upset because of this boss. I'm upset because of this person broke up with me. I'm upset because of this. They did this and now I'm this way. You realize what you just did. And I'm not talking shit because I was in these shoes before. You were blaming your problems on someone else. If you feel a certain way, no matter what they did to you, this is going to lead into the forgiveness. I get it. There are some really bad things people could do to you, and you could feel like shit and garbage, and there's way worse stuff that happens than being like upset by your SP. The bad things in life that happen, if you choose to keep reliving them in your mind and you choose to keep feeling hurt by them, instead of finding a way to manipulate that problem into a positive, it's going to consume you because you're mad at them, or you feel that, oh, I'm stuck this way because somebody else did this to me. You've removed your power from yourself. So that's why I'm saying that's where the knowing exactly what you want segues into forgiveness. So I'll like this again, and now I'll talk about a question someone asked. Let's see what Gary said, and then we'll move on to the next thing. I have quite a few factory ones. I don't go through the good ones. Yeah, that's why I've been doing too. Did another body fat check yesterday, double check 9%. Could be below 12 to 13% for years. Big thing. And you know me, I love KFC. Yeah, you know what to do though. You know how to like put it the right thing. Not every day, obviously. Yeah. No, it's like when you know how to eat too, it's like you know how to, like, same thing with a mental diet. You could experience the bad thoughts, consume bad content and stuff like that that will weigh on your psyche. But if you're more positive overall, it's like being in a deficit. I'm in a negative exposure deficit, and overall, I'm exposing myself to positivity. If I'm online, it's LOA content or it's spirituality content. If you're religious content, positive stuff, good stories, this and that. If you're going online, that's the majority of the stuff you're looking for. I'm on here to post. I'm on here to elevate. You're going to the gym for yourself. You're not comparing yourself to nobody. When you're in, that's you're using your mental diet. It's like, but then, hey, I could consume something that sounds a little bit negative online because overall I'm experiencing more positivity. Same thing with your diet, how you like your KFC, pizza, McDonald's, all that stuff. But overall, your diet is clean and you're hitting a good workouts, which puts you in that deficit. So same way, pairing those up. But I had a question on forgiveness, though, from those forgiveness videos, and I'm going to make more in-depth videos on this too, about somebody saying, I don't want to name her, but she brought up the fact that she had bad experiences with family members. She can't forgive them. They said things that she can't forgive. Does she need to forgive them? One, you don't need to forgive. But it's interesting to me, you hear the topic of forgiveness and forgiving everyone who's done you wrong, and you immediately went there and there was a very emotional reaction. And I'm saying this because the person who said it, you know who you are and you frequently watch, so you know about this. Do you need to forgive them? No, you don't. But the fact that I brought up forgiveness and you immediately went to that circumstance of those people and you feel anger towards it and reaction, and it created a reaction, you're not at peace with it. Now, there are people I will think back to and it's like, I have forgiven them, but it's like, they're a piece of shit. You don't have to have that person in your life. You don't have to deal with them or anything like that, but remove the emotion from it. So I think back on like these bosses that treated me like garbage for like 3 or 4 years, made my life a living hell. And actually I was doing this channel then at the same time for a little bit of it. So I was dealing with that, trying to change it. And I was going through a hard time with it, but overall I was keeping them in the negative and me in the positive. So I was only consuming enough, like in one ear, out the other, consume LOA content, manifesting SP, focused on all this other stuff that I'm trying to do in my life where I know, you know what, I'm going to be away from this soon. So if there is someone in your life that you don't want in your life, you don't have to have them in your life. Forgiving them doesn't mean like, welcome back in. It just means I forgive the situation. I understand maybe there was a thought in my mind that created it. So I forgive myself for that. I forgive them for playing their part. I don't want to deal with them because it's been too much. Even if it's like an SP, some people don't want their SPs back. That's fine. But don't have an emotional response to it. Don't carry it like anger and bitterness. Don't carry that anger and bitterness with you because it will create things in your mind to keep you like anchored to that past, anchored to that feeling. It will could create like dis-ease in your own body. You're not at ease, which does sometimes manifest into physical ailments and stuff like that. You ever notice it's like sometimes people develop serious health conditions while dealing with something else and like, well, bad things come in threes. More stuff got thrown on top of me. Of course this happened. It's because they're attached to something and something's fucking with their mind. So you have to release that. Hello, I'm showing up here after a long time in the live chat. I've been following you while staying hidden. I gave up, then witnessed miracles. And now and again, I see nothing ahead. Let's see, but I've seen enough miracles to keep going. Even if I have to hit the lowest again, just want to let you know that I always followed you in between. Well, thank you, Approva. Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen you in a minute. I recognize your name, though. I believe you had a different avatar at one time. Now it's just got the A. But I do remember your name. It's got to be a few months now, but I'm glad that you were able to persist towards it because even if it's not that, like, what do I say? I'm no more than 2 weeks away from a miracle. I know my desire, what I want. Like at the time, it's SP. Now, it's like I said, right now, I don't really even know what I'm trying to manifest. It was like a car for a little bit, but then it's like I really didn't care. It's like more money, but it's like I was doing well enough where it's like I don't really care. And then like some circumstances hit me, and it's like, okay, now there's a reason to manifest the money. And it's like I always pray to be a better coach. So sometimes I have to get put through the fires of stuff where I stress myself out to remind myself what to teach, what to do. That's why I'm blessed with it. Every problem I'm blessed with because it's a chance to teach. It's a chance to learn, to be a student in life, and to overcome something. So that's the mindset I always put on it. Everything that ever happens to me, what part of me created this? What can I learn from this? How is it working out in my favor? And trusting it's always working out in my favor. That's always how I look at everything now. Where before I would be mad and why me and why does this happen to me and blah, blah, blah. Change it around and things change the way you look at things and things you look at change. there's the line I was trying to get to earlier. I've been doing the inner work and taking accountability. I'm just living my life. I've been feeling good. Did you know your SP was coming? I know we already have it. Just curious, that's all. Yeah, well, like I said, we were dating before we were dating. Like in my mind, I was going to sleep with her every night. I was talking to her throughout the day. But in the meantime, it's like I would take the energy, the pain of the breakups and separations and stuff like that and channel it in the gym. I would be the heartbroken guy in the gym because I could transmute that energy and that pain into pushing myself through a workout. But then the second I came out, I'd have a nice conversation with her. I'm not saying to do this because it could be a bad method at times if you don't know how to work with the energy too much. But it's like I would just take that pain and suffering, transmute that energy into something positive, come out feeling good about myself, love myself. Then throughout the day, I'd be able to have more inner conversations with her. I like doing my workouts before work because that way, no matter if something pops up, if I have a negative thought about work or a boss or something and they treat me like shit, I'm now conditioned that I've done more with my day than you'll ever do with your life. And like I've had that mentality. So I took bad things and turned them into good things. But overall, I was thinking we were together before we were. I was just getting that feeling. Feeling is the secret. So already knowing it, that's a sign it's on the way. What's up, Just Joy? How you doing? I'm glad you recognized me. I have a wish to one day personally contact you when all is done, and you will witness that day when I'll tell you the whole story as one of the best manifesting. I think that says the little hearts in the way. One of the best magic stories. I like that approval, and I'm saying this when I absolutely see nothing ahead, totally lost. But right now that's that brazen impotence where it's like you don't care, you're set on your goal, you know that you're going to achieve it. That's the most important part. Is no matter what the 3D shows, you don't react. And guess what? You see nothing, but you believe something's happening. And what do I always say? There's always movement. Something is always happening in the background. And whatever you think is happening in the background is what's happening. That is what I've been able to prove through my own stuff. That is what I saw. Whatever I assumed, whether it was stuff with SP or that one boss who was treating me like garbage and taking away my promotion and stuff like that, I pictured an inner conversation of his wife telling him. I used to frequently do that. And he brought up that his wife said it was kind of bullshit what he's doing, and 100% was bullshit what he was doing. But I had that assumption he was going to treat me like that. So even after that played out and I was promised the promotion, I was like, I had an assumption still he's going to hold it up for me. And he did for a year. But I'm like, no, but I want this. The promotion was a schedule. I wanted a schedule with all the benefits that came with that building. I found up finding a place, same distance away, same schedule, free parking, no clock in, no clock out. Exactly. But it was the story that played out. That was, getting my desire no matter what. But what I'm saying is whatever you imagine happening in the background is happening in the background. Let's see. Good. Haven't been able to catch your live. I'm glad I did today. Well, I'm glad you did too, Just Joy. I was like, you know what? Let's go. It's 10 o'clock, 10:03. I'm like roughly in the time frame. I'm trying to keep them at 10, and I do want to start doing a second one for the member, the one member who's on. So again, shout out. Thank you, Andrea. I didn't even know I had that feature. So I set it up and I thought I took it down. But I'm thinking maybe Monday nights I do that one, like another live where I just cover some different stuff. And then let me know too, because like I am interested in other things besides manifestation. Like I said, I read the Bible and study Neville stuff, and that's like perfect manifesting books. But I'm interested in all kinds of esoteric things and stuff. That was one of the things I vibed with. I mentioned Naya earlier, and I always talk about her. But one of the things I vibed about her channel was she's into all that same stuff as me, like more of the, the mystical realms of stuff. So maybe that's what the membership channel will be about, just more things like that. But I don't want to throw too much shit because it could muddy up manifesting in the core belief of what we're doing here. There's always movement, though. Exactly, Angelica. So let's go over some thought transmission, which, my man, this is like segueing perfectly into everything. So thought transmission is whatever you think is going on in the background, whatever you think your SP thinks, that's what they think. I'm telling you this because while it was not a persistent thought, she will admit it was not a persistent thought, but frequently I would pop in her head. Frequently she would be remembering X, Y, and Z. these were the same events I was picturing, because one of the things I like to do is picture memories. If I've already had the relationship, I picture the memories and the good times, and picturing those creates a feeling in me to feel good. And then before you know it, we are experiencing that, or she's thinking about it too. If I'm picturing an inner conversation with her and someone else, like an eavesdropping conversation, that happened. If I'm picturing a conversation between me and her, those play out when she came back. So in the SP realm, that is 100%. Whatever you think is happening in the background is you apply for a job and you're like, I just know I'm going to get this job. And you meet the interviewers and you kind of picture their faces and what they sound like and stuff like that. And you go back and we'll be in touch. I already know I got this job. And then if it pops in your head some doubt, this guy's telling this guy that, and like it's usually interviewed by multiple people. This one favored me more because you're getting a real vibe and real feedback. And it's like, okay, I'm taking what I saw and making it more believable. If I felt a better vibe with this guy and felt this one was the resistance, this one is convincing that one. I'm writing the story the whole time. Become writers, because you are writing the story of your life. I promise you today, no matter when and how, we will witness that day. Till then, I wish to keep following you and staying a bit hidden. You are someone I really, truly believe in the online world. Best wishes to you. Thank you, Approval. Best wishes to you as well. And you don't have to stay mysterious and in the shadows, but I will know you're watching. The silent watcher, the watcher in the night, like Batman, Batwoman. But yeah, so whatever you think they're thinking, they're thinking. I'm gonna open up the questions. So, I always answer the questions as they come in. But if you guys got anything. Oh, I just realized, Still Shorty, you popped in here too. Your name tag looked a little similar to Just Joy. What's up, Still Shorty? How you doing? I know that in the live, or not the live, in the Discord, we were discussing thought transmission and stuff like that. I'm going to write a post about thought transmission too, because one of the things I do in the Discord is I've got certain topics when I feel inspired and I feel like I got a good thing to say and like perfectly outline it, I'll create a discussion on it in the Discord. We don't have many members in there, which is one of the things I like because it's a little bit more personal. It's almost like we're able to talk more back and forth and I can answer it all day. Instead of going on social media, it's a more positive outlet for me too. We could just go in there. Mitzi's the queen of the memes there. Ink is always coming up with good topics, but I appreciate you, Still Shorty. I appreciate my friend and who else we have? Oh, and then Eli. So the three of you guys, Ink, Mitzi, Gary. It's we got a great little group going over there. So I appreciate you guys too for subscribing and trusting in me. And I like the little community we're building there. I get video ideas there too. And we got this little chat room too. I'm thinking about setting that up where it's like certain times a day. It's like, I want to be in the chat room. Okay. If I'm in, I'll sit in the chat room and then whoever comes in, and we have a little discussion. Like basically a little seminar preview thing is what I'm thinking to do. The other day I went to 2 parties. People were asking me if I was engaged. My friend's sister got back with her ex, moved back in, and they are getting engaged soon. But also my fam brought up the other day the old story. I didn't feel triggered. Just let them talk in my head and said, SPR are already together. Yeah, exactly. It's funny too. It goes away after a while. It's like when it goes in one ear and out the other, there's nothing to worry about because you already know the truth. You know your reality, and we're going to use a different lighter. You already know your reality, so whatever anyone else says, it's just you're choosing to recognize. So you get feedback from everywhere, but whatever you choose to recognize, you're following that path now because you'll find more dots to connect that. That's your mental diet. Everything's laid out in front of you. I'm going to choose this positive thought of a reality I want. And then you'll be another fork in the road. I'm going to choose this one. And then some more things. And you just keep choosing the more positive thing. Same thing happens to me a lot. My friends and family always ask me about my SP, and I'm not sure what to tell them without talking about the bad old story. One of the things I did was I'd be like, no, we're not together. We're on again, off again, or whatever. I would just be real with them, but I would not give it the story anything. I wouldn't say I'm manifesting. I wouldn't say we're about to get back together. We're not together right now, but knowing us, we'll probably be. And then if they want to say anything else, like, nah, but yeah, or just say I don't feel like talking about it. It's like, or flip the table on them. What do you think? Well, how was your love life? That was time that people are asking, they're not doing much better than you. Being anonymous for a reason. We'll let you know one day. I'm real, and so are miracles. Exactly. That's what matters most. Tell me how I feel stagnant from all sides, no intuition, no signs, how to go ahead. Okay, so you don't feel like anything's moving. So, number one, you have to accept the fact that there is always movement in the background. No matter if you see it or not, something is always happening. And whatever you give attention to, whatever you realize, you energize. So, if you're thinking positive things are happening in your favor, that's how you know it is. If whether you see it or not, that's how you know it's happening. It's being like number one is just accepting that you already said miracles are real. So you know that you're trying to get to the point of feeling that you guys are already together. I believe you said it wasn't it was an SP story. What matters most is knowing that you're persisting, but you're not putting too much energy into it, which is like you said, you said you gave up and then you started seeing movement. It's not the fact that you gave up. It's the fact that you released having to put so much energy into it, where it's like you accidentally trusted in yourself. You accidentally trusted in the unseen, and it unfolded. So when you're feeling stagnant, know that there's all kinds of movement. And if you want to see some movement in your life, do some things for you. Like I booked a trip, was one of the times we got back together, and I did a trip myself. Like 2 times we got back together was right after I booked the trip for myself. Buy yourself a gift, take yourself out to dinner, go to dinner with your friends, go out with your friends, enjoy your life. And the more you enjoy your life, you're giving yourself love. At the end, that other person can give you nothing. I'm being real. Like I love my SP, but at the end of the day, she can't give me love. I can only give myself love. A person could tell you they love you, but you have to feel it in you first. Because what's the use of them telling I love you? Because the second they stop, if they do, then you don't feel love because you don't have it. You have to have it first. And I'm not bullshitting you. Like it feels better when you love yourself. I've been doing hypnosis. That helps me release my emotions. That's good. You're doing self-hypnosis or you're going to somebody? I've done a few self-hypnosis things when I was looking into the past life, future life, progressions, regressions. That's like another topic that I would like to talk about. Maybe in like that would be the membership channel, more esoteric stuff like that. Because then I would have to keep creating content, but I don't want to oversaturate with manifesting stuff and advice. I like to just, put out what I think is important and not give bullshit or excess. I'm going to somebody at the program. Oh, nice. I did the self-hypnosis stuff. But either way, it's good. It's like, it's putting you into an end state, getting you close with your intuition and stuff. Let's see what I want to talk about. Let me see. I got some video topics too, and pull them up on the phone. Because these are going to be the videos I'm going to make today. This says Morpheus' law versus law of attraction, law of assumption. It's supposed to be Murphy's law. I don't know where Morpheus came from. Maybe we're breaking the matrix. But I want to do a whole video on this. But just to break it down, I think a lot of us live in Murphy's law, something my dad taught me about as a kid. And I choose not to believe in Murphy's law. Law of assumption whoops the shit out of Murphy's law. But Murphy's law is essentially, if you don't know what it is, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's a very pessimistic, realistic, in guys assumption. So if you're running late for work, that was like the most common thing. Whenever we're running late, my dad would say, oh, it's Murphy's law. Anything can go wrong, will go wrong. I choose not to believe in that. You're running late for work. How is this working out in my favor? If work starts at 8 and I left at 7:45 and it takes an hour to get to work, me stressing does nothing other than create more problems. I left for work plenty of time early the other day, and it took me till 9 o'clock to get there. I started at 8, it took me till 9 to get there because I was stressing, like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. The more you're not going to make it, I'm like, oh, this traffic is bad. When I switched my thoughts, traffic just opened up. It was like, okay, cool. I trust that I'm going to get there on time. Like 2 hours is ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what happened to cause that. And it didn't happen again after that. It was just that day. I was thinking about Murphy's Law, I looked at this. Why is this happening? What can I learn from this? What is the reason? The reason was it's a good topic to bring up in a video. So if you're thinking Murphy's Law, it's like this happened, so probably this is going to happen. I'm prepared for the worst case. Stop preparing for the worst. Obviously, yeah, don't be dumb and do stupid things that put you in positions where you're not prepared for something, but do what you can logically do. Do whatever you feel you need to do. But Murphy's Law would be like, even if you're prepared, something will undo the stuff you prepared. And I've seen it. And it's like, I was prepared to pay my bills the other day. I put all my money from my check into my different bills I had to pay. And I didn't expect to get hit with a $2,000 fine for something that I was never warned about. So, that came out of nowhere. Now, if I would have stuck in that, which I did for a little bit, I was bitching about it for a while, thinking, how's this working out in my favor? But I kept bitching about it. Then I get hit with a fine for claiming I don't have insurance on my place. I do. So I had to, but it's like, oh, we're going to hit you with $75. And that pissed me off more. And then I'm like, next thing you know, and it was very specific. Next thing you know, they're going to hit me up about that shower, even though they said I'm good on it. They hit me up on the shower. The emails went bang, 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 bang in like 5 minutes from different areas, like different places contacting me. One was the condo, one was the association, and one was the fucking city. 3 of them all in a row. It's like, why did that come up all at the same time? When I bitched about this one that happened, I bitched about the other 2 things, and there was a reminder, and there was, and something that came up 6 months later that it was resolved 6 months ago. And then same thing, I was feeling resistance to money. I did all my tax stuff for YouTube, but YouTube is refusing to pay because they say I owe, or I didn't give them my tax information, but I remember filling it out. But I felt very stressed. I'm like, and one of my affirmations I was accidentally saying was, YouTube always fucks people over and creators over. And that was something I always said. And then I was thinking that, and then it created a block. Now, my laziness is not gone to go double check and figure out why they won't release my funds, which I know it's because of that. I have to go fix that. But it's like, the more negative, it's like Murphy's Law is essentially spiraling you down. So law of assumption is whatever I assume to be true becomes true. It works with Murphy's Law. It's just the negative version of law of assumption. So only assume the best. Law of assumption should be assuming the best, assuming the most beautiful things are going to unfold, and they will. Yes, SP is there. Career 2 for SP. It's like I feel like I don't want to do anything now while still wanting it. It has taken so much time. It feels like a end. I feel calm enough to accept the end, but I want a miracle as it has happened before as well. So why not again and again? Exactly, Apuva. That's the thing. So it's like, it's happened before, so it will happen again. So stop stressing about it. Releasing it knows that, hey, I've done the work. I'm good. I don't need to put any more work into this because everything is working out in my favor. Because it's worked out before, it's going to work out again. I've done everything I wanted to do. You said career 2. What are some ways to focus on the career? What job is it? What are your responsibilities? What are you waking up with every day? Going to sleep every night. What do I wake up and have to do? That new job, that career, whatever. What do I have to do today that is associated with that career? Eric, what's up, my guy? I'm in between whether to leave or persist, as I know anything is possible deep inside. All I want to continue, but I'm tired of the same stuck patterns and cycles for now. In a loop, what do I do? I'm like in very high hopes and faith, and very low and tired in heart at the same time, which is strange. It's happening for the first time. Well, it's the same thing. It's like you go to the gym for so long and like you're not seeing any results, you're probably going to quit because it's like, well, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. Trusting you're going to see results, or finding little things that aren't necessarily results, but making them results is changing the way you look at things. It's like, I would see my SP's name, I would see angel numbers, I would see whatever. That's a sign that's coming, and you're building up a hope on yourself. Now, I would also ask you this. This is something that I feel is more common than anything. I will say you can manifest back anyone or any of that stuff. You can manifest anything in your world. It's like the line from the Bible that I talked about last week or the week before. You ask God for a loaf of bread, he's not giving you a stone. You get exactly what you ask for. But if you're asking for desperation, you're like, I need something. I need to see the miracle. Well, you're in need. If you truly believe in it and not worried about it, you don't have to. And you know that no matter how much you panic or whatever, it's going to unfold. So taking a little break from it. And then number 2 is realizing, do you want that person or do you want love? Let's say you get that person is not what you want. I'm not saying it's not going to be. But let's say something better comes along. And I'm not preaching to go for anything better. I'm saying to always you get whatever you desire. But do you want love or that specific person? Now, this is what Neville said. It's either that man or no man. When he told that lady, he's like, oh, you want that man or no man? It's like at the end of the day, yes, people change. Their perceptions change. It's like stories change. Things go back to normal. Like when you first met. But are you hooked on them like a drug or like a fixation? It's like it's something you're infatuated with, but not necessarily love. Is that really what you want? So that's why I'm saying ask yourself that. Why do you want SP? What does SP give you that you want? Because you can give yourself anything. They can only give you a feeling, but why are you not giving yourself that feeling? The more you feel it in yourself, why do you think there's so many instant manifestations? I quickly think of something and it pops up in my reality. The thing with I got hit with a fine and I got mad about something that was resolved 6 months ago, and then that pops up as a fine. Why did that happen so fast? Within minutes, seconds, not even a minute, it popped up. From the time I said it to the time it hit reality. Because there's no resistance to it and I'm expecting it. So when you're expecting, SP's going to show up any minute. I don't care. I already know it's going to happen. But you don't, and you truly don't have any resistance on it. It goes quick. I'm focusing too much on time. Logical mind is getting to me. The thought is there at that time. So much time is passing. Yeah, but at the same time, here's my biggest regret. I don't have any regrets in life because they've all taught me lessons. But my lessons are worthless if nobody could take the advice and learn from them. The lesson I learned is don't waste life waiting for something. Me and Gary have had this discussion many times. Time doesn't matter, but time is real. We experience life in a sequential order, or whatever you say. It's like a linear path. We experience life from this moment to this moment. I'm doing the live now. I'm going to record videos after. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get my day done and over with and do whatever X, Y, and Z things. And then it will be nighttime. And then it will be tomorrow and a day has passed. That's how we experience time. But feeling good is jumping to a future event and experiencing it now. Doing that with no resistance and just enjoying and living in that moment, or going back to a good, positive past experience brings it with you. Why do you think people are plagued with something from the past that really hurt them? Because they're carrying it every day. It doesn't feel like you've moved on from that day, and you look up, it's been 10 years or whatever. So time, you're carrying that and making time seem fast. Time, you ever notice it's like you're having a really good day, having fun? The other day, me and SP go out. We were just going to go for a couple of drinks at a bar and visit my mom. Be back in 3-4 hours. We stopped to say hi to her neighbor. That took 3-4 hours. And then we went to take her granddaughter to go get some, what's the tea or bubble tea or something with the bubbles at the bottom, the little ball of things. We took her for that, but then there was a little arcade there. We went to the arcade. Before you know it, it's 10 p.m. at night, but it feels like it's only been 20 minutes. So that's what I mean time isn't real. Time could go by really fast when you're having fun, but when you're also preoccupied with something. So I was like, people are like, you want to go out? You want to do this? You want to? No, I don't. No, I want to stay home and manifest SP. I'm sad. I'm choosing to be sad. I'm choosing to waste my life. You're choosing it. Don't. Somebody invites you out. That's when I started, it clicked. It's like, I don't want to go, but I don't want to miss life. So I would go somewhere and I would be like this. I'm thinking about SP. I'm having inner conversations. I'm manifesting while I'm out. Well, what is manifesting again? Like I always say, it is an action. It's an action verb. You're doing something. I am manifesting SP. If you're going to be manifesting SP, it is always just away from you because you're doing something to get something. So it is just this far ahead so you could stay in the manifesting state. Having state is what we want. So I'm going out because I already have my SP. If I have my SP, am I going to go out? Yes. What did I do the other day? I went out with my best friend because he's like, hey, you want to go out? And I was going to hang out with SP. I already made plans, but she didn't answer fast enough. And it's like, he's like, you want to go out? It's like, you know what? Just in case, I'm not going to miss an opportunity. I don't see you much. I see her all the time. Boom, I'm going to do that. So come to it from that state of view. I already have SP. So my friends invite me out. This is one of the rare times I get to hang out. Take advantage of the time you don't have it to build your self-concept, to enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. So you're not worried about that. Your life does not rely on them showing up. Don't miss your life waiting. That's what makes time feel long, because I guarantee you, you're doing what I did. You're sitting around waiting for something. Waiting is also a state. You're waiting to have. You're not having. I expect to see Jordan, and he wants to see me. He wants to join us on celebrating our dog's birthday. My sister was rude to me yesterday. My sister apologized a few hours later. Exactly. You just have to see yourself as someone who is respected. And sometimes bad things will happen, but if you don't change your perception, then you'll never get that apology. They'll just keep treating you like shit. Well, this is one SP where my heart is fixed and my heart is calling. I just want love, but from this person. But yes, I've been desperate too. It feels like positive all the time, even when everything is against me, and I'm all free. But I know my heart doesn't want anyone else. Otherwise, I would have moved on. Okay, so look, that's like me. I knew I didn't want no one else. True, I am sitting around waiting for something. I realized it now and accept it. I'll work on it. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So it's like, don't miss your life. There's so many, life is beautiful. So many people are like, I don't have SP. I don't know how to go on. And I'm talking shit because I was that person. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Well, if you're lost in the darkness, you're lost in the forest. Sitting down, hoping for a way out is not going to get you out of the place you're lost in. But moving is going to find a door. You're lost in a maze, you're lost in the forest, you're lost in the darkness, wherever. Sitting down, hoping to get out is not going to get you out. But moving in any direction is going to lead you somewhere. Either you're led down this way and it's not what you want, so then you go left, or you go right, and now you're led somewhere else. And you're moving through life, but being happy and enjoying every moment of that process. Picking yourself up. Okay, I'm lost. I'm about to go on an adventure. Something cool is going to happen. There's going to be a miracle today. I'm expecting only good things to happen to me. That's how I wake up every day. And does something good happen every day? Yeah, because I could find it. The other day, getting slapped with a $2,000 fine. That pissed me the fuck off. And it bothered me. But I'm like, how's this work out? One, there's going to be a lesson. Two, me and my father wound up. You guys see that? I don't know what that light thing is. That was pretty cool. There's an adventure right there. I don't know what that is. But it's like, okay, my that situation led me to me and my dad getting closer, realizing what he went through when I was a kid, when like random bills would pop up and you thought you were ahead of everything. So understanding him more, that was a little adventure. That was a learning experience in life. Him coming to help me out, that was something I'm very grateful for. And then me being able to help SP out of a jam is something I'm grateful I'm able to do. But it was stressful at the moment because it's like, man, that's more money out of my pocket. And, I'm not a millionaire yet, but that's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to have. And I'm not like, I need it today. But every day I still go to my job and I don't like it. But it's not hard. I'm not breaking my back as hard as I should because I've broken it way worse at other jobs. Overall, it's not that bad. So, looking for an adventure in the positive every day in your day to day, that's the beautiful part of life. That's what I'm excited about. So moving through life with a positive, expecting mentality that things are working out in your favor, that you're going to get everything you desire is the key. So just don't sit around waiting and hoping and please, I've done everything. Why am I being punished? Why am I being punished is an affirmation to give you more punishment and pain in life. Why did I get this learning opportunity? I'm excited to see what I learn out of this. That's just changing your mind on it. So no day is a bad day. Every day is a good day. Realizing you can't fuck this up. It is all working out in your favor. If you choose to be happy now, you'll be happy with whatever. And it's like a shortcut of getting you to your manifestation. Phil Mixer, what's up? I was doing good mental diet all week, but today old stories were playing with scary doubts and thoughts. What is this? Should I affirm more? Well, number one, Little Mixer, is just relax. Take a couple deep breaths. Go into a neutral state if you have to. And then it's like when you feel calm, do affirmations again. Keep your mental diet again. Like I said, sounds like maybe you're getting mixed up in the same thing where it's like all day I have to manifest all day to get this because it is so hard to get. I have to do so much to get it because it is that much resistance. Sometimes taking a break is the work you do to receive it. And I'm not gonna lie, I had bad days too. It's like going to bed was a good time. Sleeping was hit or miss, depending on the dreams. Waking up always made that into a positive thing. Getting my workout in the morning was positive. Going through the beginning half of the day because I was like working out and just having my own time. I'd go to work, I'd get all my work done, and then it was quiet the last few hours of work. I was working second shift mainly when I was doing the SP manifesting. That was where it would hit me. That's where the anxiety and the panic. So every day it's a clean mental diet till there. It's the same thing I was talking about, like a physical diet. As long as the negative is in the deficit to the positive, you're doing more positive thinking and positive thoughts than the negative, then you're fine. But it's like the negative diet is like, okay, you've consumed a bad thought, you've consumed a bad old story, and it's making you feel a certain way. You don't need to do a technique or anything. It's like running to the gym because you had a bad meal. I gotta go work it off right away. Oh, where's the salad? Oh, eat the salad. I'm like, just throw everything on top of it and change it. Don't panic. It just happens. Sometimes it happens. Reality hits us, but it's like, no, I'm the creator. Cool. I'm gonna go distract myself. I'm gonna go do something I want to do. I'm gonna go hang out with some friends. I'm gonna do what's it called? Sorry, I was just reading your other message. It's like, I'm gonna go hang out with friends. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go whatever my passion is. I'm gonna draw a picture. I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna do something, and realize you don't need to do a shitload of stuff to get it. Why is it some people are like, my ex comes back? They always come back. Why is it always the guys and the girls with the attitude of they always come back to me? They always come back because there's no resistance. They know what's going to happen. They're not tied to the time, and it comes back. That's why it's like I have people. I've manifested my SP back this many times, but I wasn't trying. The first time I manifested Lily back, it really didn't matter because we were friends with benefits, and it didn't matter to me. I was like, I'm testing out this law, and I thought about it. We run into each other at the gym, and we're like, hey, you want to catch up again and do something? And we did, and then it was like, man, that law brought this stuff works. But then the more feelings and attachment I have, the more she's being raised up on a pedestal, the more this thing becomes a big thing that I have to climb for, when really millions of dollars, the SP, anything that seems big and scary is no more than I have it. I have it. Moving to that state that it's already done. That's the quickest way. Sometimes you could just switch when you get good at it or you have something with no resistance. That's easy. Why is it, like I said, I have a manifesting challenge on the Discord that even, I mean, this is the 4th challenge. I'm stuck on this one. And it's one that plagued me in the past because now I have a negative story to it. And it's like, and I'm trying to do it because it's like, I want to prove this manifestation so that way I could show everyone again. It's like, stop trying to do something to prove it to people. Stop trying to do something for validation on the outside. It's just there. It's a challenge. It's something that's, okay, cool. It's going to happen. So just relax on it. Don't live your life. This is the point of it. Live your life during the middle of this. If there's anything that my lessons can teach you, is don't waste time sitting around waiting, wishing, hoping. Manifesting is doing something to get something. So I'm visualizing SP's face very carefully. Okay, I feel the kiss. I feel good. And then it's been 20 minutes. No message. What if they're talking to someone else? Third party gone? I better manifest again. I am loved. SP loves me. SP wants me. SP wants me. Maybe I'll go to the gym for a little bit. What is SP doing right now? I'm doing an elliptical. That's this workout. And you're lost. That's your whole day, man. It's not your life anymore. Someone or something out there has your life. You don't have it, and you willingly gave it away. So don't do that. The techniques are just to make you feel good. If you need to do a technique and get yourself grounded, do it, but then move on. Live your life. Also, I'm in a phase where I can't take any action on SP in the 3D. Now, action has yet to come from there only. So what to do when 3D, you can't do anything more. Approval, it's like what Neville says. You're in a jail in a sense. You're in prison in a sense. You can't do anything. I'll tell you this. Why did SP leave when it's like, I paid a lot of money for a lot of vacations. I spoiled her with gifts and everything like that. I wrote romantic poems. I did all this other stuff. All this 3D action. I blew up her phone. I sent her messages all day long. I was an attentive boyfriend. I was doing all this stuff, trying to prove myself to be the guy. The only thing that worked was she went away, blocked. You can't say anything. You're too scared to say anything. All you have is this. Changing this changed everything out there. And when it's time to do action, you will have an urge to go somewhere, to do something, to send a certain message. And it's not an urge because if I send this or if I go here, maybe I'll see them. Maybe if I wait outside their house long enough, they're going to get out and then I can see them. No, it's, can I just chill out and trust in God, trust in the process, trust in the universe that my manifestation is going to be delivered. That's it. And that's what it comes down to, everything. If I want to make money doing whatever, like, okay, let's say I want to do it with the channel. Like I said, I want to be full-time coaching. If I want to do that, I can't not make videos and just say, people are going to seek me out. Maybe now, I mean, I've made a bunch of videos. Maybe now people would, okay? But it's like, part of that is there's a natural instinct. Like, I'm thinking about everyone whose names I know through here and all the stories I know through here. I'm visualizing for them. I'm thinking, all my clients, I'm thinking about, if like my monthly client, I'm thinking about stuff to work with every week. Okay, how do we make each session different? What adjustments can we make? How do I keep him on path? And then it's like the people who have a session with me, I'm thinking about all that stuff. So it's like I'm in the state of like being the coach already, right? And so it's a natural thing to make videos because I want to make the videos. I want to come on live. I want to help people. I want to see the problems and fix them. I want to do the sessions. And it's a natural thing. I can't resist it. So it's like, I know it's Monday morning. Either I go to the gym first or I do this first, and then I go pick up the meals or I go do whatever. Like, I know it's part of my routine now, and it doesn't feel unnatural. Same thing when it comes to taking action with SP, a job or intuition or lead. Your body leads you to it. Your gut, your heart leads you to it, but it could be mixed up with, I better say something. I better do something. No. Because if you have to ask, should I? Then it's not. If you have to ask me, like I've had people, Nick, what should I do? They sent me a text. What do you feel like you should do? It's you, your intuition, your reality. What feels believable for you? I can't make all the calls. I'm not a dating coach. Are we going to be like sitting there with me with a headphone and you with a headphone and I'm sitting in a van and they're like, and watching you on the date and it's like, she said this, what should I say? All right, I would say this. Riz her up in this fashion. Like, all right, we're in the bedroom. What should I do now? Usually this is the part where you get naked and have sex. Like, no, I'm not going to run your life micromanaged. I'm going to tell you what I went through. I'm going to tell you the techniques I've used. And then it's up to you to use your discernment, your trust, the feeling that it's already done to follow your heart as it unfolds. Nick, I see you should also continue. Also, should I continue nervous system breath work? Little Mixer, I think breath work is very important too because it helps calm you down at times. Like I said, breathing in, holding for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds. It just brings you to a baseline. You don't have to, but you could. Top of the morning, Nick. God bless you, big man. God bless you too, sir. Welcome in. With me, there's no confusion on what I want. The universe has blessed me with clarity and resolve. Just feels impossible for now. But as I promised, I want us to witness a magic story of mine as well. Well, let's say, I hope it's all part of the bridge. It is all part of the bridge. The whole story is a bridge. That's the best part I can think of for now. I'm glad I talked to you today. You're real and raw and amazing. I do see your work, and thank you. Well, thank you, Apruva. I'm glad it helped. And like I said, it is no hoping. It is all part of the bridge. Without the ugly things that happened, I don't think I would be where I am now because the ugly things were all part of the bridge. You know, you go across a real life bridge, even a stone bridge or whatever, you might see imperfections in it or weak spots or areas that need repair, but it's okay. You can still walk on it. You can still get across it. Nothing's going to stop you from crossing that bridge. But some parts might look a little sketchy. You might be afraid to cross the bridge. Keep walking. That's it. Do you think for affirming I should affirm all day or just a few sessions a day if the dominant story is the old story at the moment? So, Little Mixer, this is what I will say. I've done affirmations. They work. I've done robotic affirming. It works. I don't like repeating to myself all day because it feels fake. Now, Some people don't like visualizing like I do. Some people don't like scripting like I do. They like affirmations. Problem with them, Neville acknowledges the problem too, is it's vain repetition. SP loves me. SP loves me. SP loves me. SP loves me. Eventually, your subconscious is like, why is it saying that? Oh, because they don't have it. Or you'll ask yourself at some point, why is it? No, this is the actual thing. No, this isn't real. You're just saying that. It's harder to trick the subconscious that way. It's harder to believe that prayer because it's the same thing again and again and again. But as long as I would say you do it as needed. It's not 5 p.m. time for affirmations. SP loves me. SP loves me. Because it feels fake. You have a schedule to manifest someone. You have a schedule to manifest something. It's like, how does that feel real to your brain? It's like, oh, here's where I'm going to sit down and meditate on this certain phrase that really means nothing because all day I feel I don't have it. SP pops in your brain. Yeah, they love me. Or I remember a good memory with them. Or it's like, yeah, me and SP are always having a great time together. What does the great time look like? Oh, we're out on a date. We're doing this. We're doing that. There's a meaning to the words. Make sure it's a positive meaning attached to the affirmation. The affirmation is connected to a feeling and a scene and all that stuff, so you can branch off of it. So throughout the day, you're going to work. You're not thinking about it. It just pops in your head. Yeah, SP loves me. I do a couple affirmations. The point of the affirmations is to make you feel a certain way. Feel that it's already done. Feel you have SP. How does that feel? That's the affirmations are meant to trigger you into that. What I liked was more of the robotic ones where I would use Parrot because I wanted to test the method. And it was a big breakthrough with something me and SP were going through. It was a big breakthrough. I would just play it. And that video I have on the channel, the thing with me meditating behind the rain or whatever, and it's like, I forgot how many minutes long it is, but it's like a short little affirmation tape. Those are the ones I used. And if you guys want, I'll make it into an 8-hour one or whatever. But I would just put them on Parrot with music lightly playing in the background that I liked, and that music created a good feeling in me. Play that, and I was fine. It didn't feel fake. I had a dream about getting a lovely message from SP, and while in the dream, I got super excited for my manifestation. I became super excited that my manifestation came true. It's already done. Yes, sir, Bart. It is already done. Yeah, at first it did feel like I'm lying to myself. I think I just need to change my assumptions about SP. Yes, you have to change your assumptions about SP. So this is where forgiveness comes in. If something happened that you're pissed about, you have to release it, and you have to forgive yourself for creating that event and realize if your mind can create something negative, it can create the opposite. It can create a positive. So go to that. You make the rules. You don't have to feel or believe anything. Just control your thoughts. Exactly, Mitzi. There are no rules to it where it's like, people are like, is this right or is this wrong? What is your feeling towards it? If your feeling is that visualization is wrong and it doesn't work for me, then it's not going to work for you. If you say, all I have to do is these assumptions and I got it, then you do. But then you start rejecting the idea, oh, it's not working out. It's not working out for me. I'm not seeing it fast enough. This is wrong. So stop using the law against yourself. You're using it up this way, and then it's like, no. Yes, it could. No movement. So it's like when you're using these and this to give you the only facts, then you're already in the wrong place. Because when you close your eyes, you can visualize something. Everyone, oh, I can't visualize. Close your eyes and tell me what an orange looks like. Tell me what it feels like. Tell me what it tastes like. You're going to feel the taste in your mouth. You're going to feel the texture of the orange and the orange peel and the squish to it. You're going to see the color orange. You're going to see it on a table. Everyone can visualize. I know they say there's that thing or whatever, people don't have the ability to. You read a book, you're visualizing something. You read Neville and he's telling a success story. You can picture it. At least when I do, it's black and white. They're wearing suits and tuxedos or whatever back then. And I'm watching, I'm hearing the stories, I'm seeing it. So when you're doing that, if you could hear something in your mind, you could see it in your mind. The ears are made to catch stuff from the outside. The eyes are made to see stuff on the outside. The mouth is made to taste things on the outside. The hands and skin to feel something on the outside. Why is it when you're meditating, you could feel SP squeeze your hand? You could taste a food. You could smell something. You could see it. You could hear voices clearly in your head. When these are only made to hear stuff on the outside, it's because your inside can create the outside. Trenton says, I hurt my ex, but I love her. Can I still manifest her back? Let me preface this because I'm a morality guy first. I'm on my morals. Again, my soapbox, right? Physically, mentally, whatever, like were you mentally abusive or whatever, like, or was it just like cheating or something like that? Because I know people who've manifested back through cheating and fucking things up like that because there's no such thing as fucking it up. It can be done. But if you're physically abusive or anything like physically hurting somebody, don't manifest them back and don't ask me for a session. Okay, you said cheating. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's no big deal on that. I've seen that done. Cheating, yeah, I've seen people get back together after cheating. Whether it was emotional or physical cheating. It's just assuming that it's not a big deal, that that person loves you no matter what, you know, finding a way to spin the story and just seeing that it's been done before. I mean, like I said, it was not my success stories before I even started manifesting, but somebody I was very close with did such an event, wound up marrying the SP, even after that all happened. And they're still together now. So, and this happened 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Damn, time flies. It happened about 4 or 5 years ago. So I've seen it done. It can be done, but it's putting yourself in the right state. But besides all the hurting part, like I said, if anybody, I will not coach through that. I will not give advice on that if that's what it was. But if it's cheating, yeah. It's just if you feel that's the end, and you feel that you know what, it's never going to happen again after this, then you've already sold yourself out. It's like if somebody left you or cheated on you, what's the difference than you cheating on them? It's the same thing. Something horrible happened in the relationship and there was pain created there. But can you revise it in your head? Can you assume that that doesn't affect anything? It's changing the story. Can we avoid checking the 3D? Can we avoid checking the 3D for as long as we want? Because I prefer staying delusional and being in my imagination instead. Yes. I mean, the thing is, what are you checking for in the 3D? Are you sitting there checking your phone all day? Are you thinking about, oh, I don't have contact? Are you checking their social media? Stop checking their social medias if you are. Stop checking to see if they sent you a text message. Start getting to expecting, not checking. Checking. When you check for something, what are you really doing? You are checking to make sure that you're still validated that that this shit's wrong. To be like, whatever I'm doing is wrong. Let me just validate it. Yep, I knew it. Shit doesn't work. Yep, I knew it. That's all you're doing when you're checking. Oh, I'm going to drive by SP's house and see if someone else's car is there. You're expecting to see a car. You're expecting to see them not with you. So stop looking, start expecting. If it feels good. I mean, I sleptwalked through my day life for so long with this whole journey. It was like I was waking up, going to work. My body was going to work. My conscious was doing the work, like, broken sink or whatever. I don't even remember doing half the jobs, but I would read my logbook. Sometimes I'd come to and read, oh, I did that. I don't even remember doing it. I would do that. I did that too. But in my mind, I was on dates all the time with her. I was like working through. I was in a meditative state for long times. So that's why I say, I mean, nothing is impossible. But it's like asking so many questions. I get it. The questions are important to ask because you need to learn something. But I know a lot of times people will say the same question again and again. My answer is not going to change because my answers are based off my experience. They're based off what I went through. And like I said, if I didn't believe this shit, I wouldn't have my face out here. Like, I've given Lily stuff to do with, she was dealing with a specific person that was causing her problems. Overnight, boom, it changed. But then there was 4 weeks, and then there were some negative things that arose in that time, held persistent. And then a very negative event caused a big thing where she thought it was all fucked up. I said, you can't fuck this up. It all works out in your favor. Bada bing, bada boom. She's good. Like, it's not bothered by that person anymore. They're on good terms. And she's treated better than ever. Thank you. I needed to hear that. I love her, and I just screwed up. No, I know, bro. It's like my friend, he loved her too, and it was like he screwed up. And I've experienced that on my side. Not doing it, but it's happened to me. But if you love somebody, you can still overcome anything. People get back together despite all that stuff all the time. Nothing is impossible. The true love is, despite any circumstance, you unconditionally love somebody. You love them without, what do you call it? You love them without conditions. So it's like, I want my SP back, but they have to come back apologizing and being like this. Then you don't unconditionally love them. And I'm guilty of that too. In a while, it's like, I want an apology. I want this. I want that. I want to know why you left. I want to know why. Why? If you love someone, you love them because you love them. That's it. And trusting that they love you that same amount back, no matter what has happened on either side, is the truth. What's up, Courtney? How you doing? I think it's just urgency to look at the 3D rather than avoid it. Can you still be in the state of having it without all the techniques or feeling it real? Yeah, I mean, I would get in states where I felt it real, then I would get in panic attacks that I didn't have it, and it's just like I'm waiting. It's not here. It's not here. Boom, boom, boom. You're going back and forth, but like I said, it's more or less staying in the positive and the end state more than anything else. So it is the urgency. It's like it's not here. The more you pay attention to time and urgency, the more you're working against yourself because it's like it's not here. So now it's like I have it. It's not here, and because it's physical, you believe that more than you believe your mind. So then it's like okay, setback. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just delays it. That's it. It's delaying it because whatever I've ever said as a little kid, I used to say, my mom's like, what's going to happen when you move out? Who's going to do your dishes and stuff? I'm like, I'll have all disposable stuff. Then she would be like, oh, who's going to cook your meals? You're going to find a girl to cook your meals? I said, no, I'm just going to hire someone to cook my meals. I have a guy that preps my meals. They say, what about, what was the other thing she used to tell me? There was something else my mom used to say. It was like, I'm like, no, I'm going to have somebody do that for me too. It's like, oh, it'd be like editing videos. Well, you have to learn how to edit. It wasn't my mom, but it was like a friend of mine saying, you have to learn how to edit videos because who's going to edit them for you? Well, then I come across meeting Gary, and Gary edits awesome videos for me, and they're exactly the way I picture with it's just trusting. It's like, okay, here's an editor who does great things. Boom, he does it without me even asking. Preach the Monday sermon. Keep a lookout for the ring for delivery. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Yeah, I'll take a look. I haven't checked my mailbox today, so maybe it will be down there. Hey, Dro, what's up, my guy? Hey, Mystic. So expecting the best is okay because some people say you have to feel it real now in the present. I mean, expecting the best is like feeling it now, in my opinion. So it's like, I'm focused on, like I said earlier, nervousness and excitement are very similar emotions. Nervousness, you are expecting, but you're expecting the worst. Expecting the best and excitement is expecting the best. They're two of the same. The feelings are heart's racing, nervousness, mind spinning, or not nervousness, but nervous is more on the negative side. But it's like you are I got a cigar right there. You could choose which way you want. It's energy. It's all the energy. So it's like, which way is it going to go? You're choosing what you're waiting for. So expecting the best is assuming that everything you've done has worked out right. It's going to put you where you need to be. Expecting the best is the only way. Exactly, Courtney. All right, so with the girl I cheated on, she's also with someone else currently, which is making my journey tough. Any tips? I've had that too. I've had SP leave me for her ex-boyfriend who she loved in the past tense way more. I would say to release, this is always what I give on a third-party thing, and I learned this from Ava, manifested that. She's no longer around YouTube, but you write a letter. I wrote a letter. I didn't know who the guy was, but he looked like anything. I just wrote a letter. Hey, I hope you get everything in life, but thanks for watching out for my girl, but that's mine. Blah, blah, blah. Very nice, polite, but also sternly fuck off. And then it made me feel like I'm in control of the situation. It released some resistance in my mind because I've seen it work for someone else. Why can't it work for me? Write the letter. Sincerely yours, fuck off. But now in a polite way. Burned the letter. This is my ashtray that I always use. I burned it into here. I was outside. It was a fall day. No, wintertime. February, yeah, it's wintertime. But it was like a nice February where you could sit outside. Wrote one to SP, forgiving her for everything, blah, blah, blah. Wrote one to myself, forgiving me for creating the situation, blah, blah, blah. Letter to Fear. Fuck you, Fear. You have no control over my life, blah, blah, blah. Write the 3-4 letters. Burn them. They'll have all the ashes in here. I'm walking with this thing to go throw it out. Wind scoops in, blows the dust towards SP's house. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like that's, man, it's a sign God took it and it's in his hands and it's going to work out in my favor. And boom, within, I think that was around the time of 2 weeks, because it was like I was going balls to the wall for weeks. It was like 10 weeks of separation, but it was like first 3 or 4, you're just 2 or 3, you're getting real, like trying to put yourself in the situation. Then it's like, then you got the right mindset. You're doing some stuff, you're wavering, then you're going balls to the wall, then you do that, and you kind of like give up. And then it's like, boom, everything starts unfolding. You're detached from it. It's happening. So if you have resistance to something, write a letter to it and remove it. I'll tell a success story on a letter too, which I still have to get back to the guy too. I usually, for coaching sessions, I always take the payments up front because I had gotten burned a few times. But I was like, you know what? I want to like get over that fear that I always get burned. I'm still doing the payments up front now just because of I'm keeping track of everything. It's harder to keep track when you're waiting on something. So it's just boom, pay it and then get it going. But I was like, I accepted it here because it was someone who I recognized from the channel for a long time. And, you know, it's like, okay, you give me a down payment, you're able to. And I'm not going to say who it was or nothing, but it was like, okay, I'm good for the money, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, it's a chance for you to have faith in people. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's true. I want to do that. Because you know what? Even if I don't get paid, I got no bad blood towards it because I know it's going to happen because it's a success story. Success story is worth more than the money that I needing the money right now, which I didn't. It was more of I'm excited even if it doesn't work out, and it requires manifesting to get it because it's a success story that's more valuable. So I had heavy resistance to it. Write him a letter saying, don't worry about it. Then I don't care that it took a longer amount of time. I understand. I'm one for forgetting bills too. I appreciate you for getting a session with me. I know everything's gonna work out in your favor, blah, blah, blah. Write him this letter, and then I burn it. And then I sit down, I have a cigar and a drink out on the porch over there. And I just chilled out, took a nap, had to go to work. 4 to 5 hours later, I wake up for work, and I got a message from him. Almost like the precursor to the accepting an apology. It's an apology, sorry it's taking so long, I'll get you paid, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, it doesn't happen, like, in the time he said. So I start thinking negative thoughts like, oh, well, you know, it's not going to happen. But I'm like, no, but he's sincere and he's this and that. And I was wavering on it and stuff like that. Then I was detached from it. I had other sessions, other stuff. It's like other life events happening. It's like, and it wasn't the need for the money. It was the need for the success story. I'm like, because right now it's like, I could have took that as the success story. I wrote a letter and he responded to it. But I was like, no, I want the full one to unfold before I tell the story, because otherwise it's not truly a success unless you get paid, right? So I'm like, I had a little bit of resistance the other day, and I was doing a session with a client, and I said, okay, you know what, you're going to write a letter, go about this. And I wrote mine as an example with them because we're talking on the phone and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, here's how it's going to go now. You're going to say blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and for my example, and I wrote my letter as an example for him to write his letter to SP. So he does that. I read this letter, and I didn't even burn it. I think it's still sitting on the table over there. It was just like, hey, forgiving the guy, whatever, again. The same thing, just to go through it, because I used that story as motivation for him. Well, the guy paid me Friday or Saturday. And then I told him the story. I'm like, I didn't want to, like, we haven't really gone into talking about it, but I was going to talk to him about, like, you know, what were your thoughts? He goes, well, I never forgot about it. It was always on my mind and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, it was always on mine too, because I'm like, I wanted the story, not the money. It's like the story is more valuable, but to get the story, really, you had to get paid too. So it's a full unfolding. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, it's like receiving contact, but not the full manifestation. But it took an extra 3 or 4 weeks for it to come in, which is like maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, whatever. Because you lose track of time when you got a bunch of other stuff going on. Like, I'm trying to make this channel look good, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it's worthy of a success story. But it just goes to show it's like someone who you initially have a good feeling on, if time passes, you start to waver. But holding persistent to no, that image of that person I saw is what I believe. That's what played out. So thank you to him. I'm not going to say his name, but I appreciate you, brother, and we'll talk soon, because I actually just remembered I have a message from you that I have to check. But thank you for that success story. That's why I don't get mad about how anything plays out, because everything always works out in my favor, in your favor. It always works out. And I didn't read his whole message, but I'm sure there's a lesson that he learned in it too about thought transmission, whatever he's thinking about, whatever I'm thinking about, the other person's feeling, because we're all connected. Everyone's you pushed out. I'm thinking of getting off social media helps, not trying to break contact. Have you ever tried the list method, Nick? See, everyone keeps asking me the list method, and I found out what it was the other day. The list method is what I've been preaching for a hot minute, this method is mini manifestations. I call them mini manifestations because that's how Bia taught them to me when I worked with her. So this was years ago when I was still learning the law. It's many manifestations, things you don't resist to that you're going to list out and see. I would write them in my book. I think the right way. So let's see. This might be the wrong book. It's the wrong book. All right. I don't know where the right book is, but it's the orange book. It's not in the room. Anyway, I wrote out all these things that I felt that were possible that were going to happen. One was a chrome car. I've never seen a fucking chrome car in real life. But I'm like, I'll see a chrome car. Another one was a 1970s pickup truck. I think it's like 70s, maybe early 80s or whatever. But I've seen it in my head, just popped in my head. And I start seeing cars because they feel believable because I drive all the time. And I do a lot of driving. I work downtown Chicago. So it's like you're going to see a lot of different cars. But I'm like this very specific lime green with a very like whitish part in the middle. Like I'd see that car. I said a car from the 20s or 30s. I pictured that. Compliments on my haircut, even though my hair was long, crazy, my beard was all fucking nasty and looking like a Marcus Aurelius knockoff. So I'm like, I get compliments on that. I forgot all these other things I wrote down, but like I cut my hair after not receiving compliments on it or nothing. Or I got compliments on it and then I cut it. And then the one lady goes, I liked it better like that. Like the security lady said, oh, I liked your hair better the other way. And I'm like, my hair looked like shit the other way. I'm like, but you know, you're getting compliments on it. The next day after I did that list method, Inc. sent me a thing because I mentioned the list method. She goes, here's your chrome car. She was driving along the road and she took it as one of her many manifestations, which AKA list. She goes, sends me the chrome car. I go over to visit my parents' house. My brother's watching a documentary about 1920s cars. I see a kind of lime green car. It's like a dark, light green, whatever. Kind of like the green screen over here. That color green. I'm like, it's kind of like 70s, 80s. I guess that's it. I'm like, no, I have a specific one. I'm going to see it. Car dealership around the corner, had it sitting out front like a week or two later. So that you don't have resistance, but it builds your confidence. It's like working out, starting lightweight before you get to that SP manifestation. Then you realize it's all lightweight, baby. Anyone who knows about Ronnie Coleman knows what that is. But the list method is just to build up your confidence, and I would recommend it. Kind of like what you were talking about, the letters. Found an old journal a few days ago and stuff I wrote about people all came true even years later. Yeah, exactly. Even if it takes years, you don't realize it's yours because you've lived your life in the meantime. If you're living your life and you're happy every day, even if it takes years, you don't even notice years passed. But when you're stuck in it, always locked into it, that's when you're stuck. And I'm not saying your SP manifestation is going to take years, and I don't think it is because all my manifestations always came true within 2 weeks. But if you want to go on the SP breakup times, it was like 10 weeks at a time sometimes because that was like the longest, I think, was 10 weeks. Because if you really break it down, I'm manifesting. You're trying to manifest for the first 3 because you're reeling from the shock of it. Then you're kind of getting a little program going. Then you're going balls to the wall. Then you burn out and you give up, and then it's usually unfolding. Or you re-pick yourself up and it's unfolding, but you're trusting in it enough. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Love your content. Well, thank you, Trenton. I appreciate you watching, and I'm glad it helped. The list method is 100% proves we live in a hologram and we can control our minds. Exactly. It's just you've assigned so much meaning to this other thing, it becomes so hard to manifest. I wanted to throw the mirror away. So I think that was a pretty good one. I'm going to do a quick set of announcements before we end this. For the membership channel, I'm thinking to go again later on tonight too, just doing a specific thing. And you know what I realized? I was supposed to go to my parents' house today. I promised my mom, so I'm gonna visit my mama and then maybe do the session over there for the membership channel. Have my mom on there because she wants to manifest something, and I'm gonna coach her. We'll do a live coaching call maybe for the members on the membership channel. So, because I'm very appreciative to Andrea for doing that because I didn't even know I have it. And my obligation to you is I got to give you an extra thing. So I don't know if she's here, but I'm gonna do that today. Go over there and we'll coach her through something. And this thing keeps dying. But we'll go through it real quick. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm zoned out. So here's the final list of things. I'm going to make an announcement about this week, about the merch coming out. I'm just going to, right after this, I'm going to go on here, remove some stuff from the shop that I don't like the way it came out. I don't like the price of it. I don't think it's worth it. And the Live Your Legacy, it's on my other water bottle and on the shirts I've been wearing. There was a typo from the guy who designed it, and I forgot there was a typo, and I had him redo it, and I used the old model because I saved that one first instead of the new one. It says Live You Legacy, and I have it on all the merch I've been wearing, and nobody's noticed it because I assumed it said that, but then I seen it because I've been fearing that the merch wasn't good enough. So I'm removing all that shit until I get it all re-squared away. But in the meantime, it'll be the Mystic hat, Abundant as Fuck hat, which I don't have with me right now. I think I shared it the other day. And then I will launch the merch shop this week. Next month, I'm going to get a day, but I'm going to do a seminar for 10 to 20 people. I'm going to do $85. The usual sessions are $150 an hour for one-on-one. Since it's not one-on-one, it's just a general group, and I've listed out a plan. It's going to be $85. We'll do it through email. If you're interested, I'm making this announcement now. If you're interested, I'm going to make a post too, community post. About 25 people voted on the poll, and 23 of them said they wanted a, what do you call it? They wanted to do a seminar. So I will do 25 spots. I was doing 10 to 20. I think I'll do 25 spots since 25 people voted, even though 2 don't want it. Maybe there's 2 other people who didn't see it. Smaller group, 25 spots, do $85 a piece. Just send me an email if you're interested in it. If we fill up the seminar and there's still more people, I'll break it into 2 days because I want to be able to, relate with everybody in there and talk with everyone. And I'm planning on it being a couple hours long. I just got to make sure that Google Meet doesn't shut it down after an hour. I think I have to pay to stay on there for a longer amount of time because when me, Gary, and Inked went live the one time, it shut us down after an hour. So I think I got to pay and it will stay on longer. We'll do it through Google Meet. But send me an email if you are interested in doing the seminar. Monthly coaching, I'm only opening up 4 more spots because I already have one person. I don't want to overwhelm it. I want to be able to give time and dedication to the people I get. So only 4 more spots. That's $1,500 a month. And that's 2 phone calls a week for an hour each, and access to my phone where you could text me and I'll send you little updates and positive stuff throughout the day. If you're struggling or stuck with a circumstance that's hitting you, keep your head up straight on that. So I know the guy who's got it right now is loving the coaching, and I appreciate him for being the first person to talk me into doing it. I always had it listed, but I'm like, it's a lot of money. But then I found out there's other coaches who charge and you get way less access to the person than that. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'll open up 4 more spots on that. Right now, we're going to go with 25 spots, and I'll start making a list of who's in, and we'll do the seminar next month, probably towards the end of the month. And then this week, I've got basically the stuff we talked about here, plus a couple other video ideas. I'm going to be releasing videos again. Like I said, I don't do them every day because I want what I put out to be good content and not just some reiteration of some shit that I've said already. Because if you need to hear what I've been there, and everyone who needs to hear the message, hears the message. So that's what we're going with. But I've said the announcements twice now, so I remembered. I'm always bad at self-promotion like that. But that's what I got going. I'm glad to hear all you guys are doing well. I appreciate all you for being here. I love you guys. You can't fuck this up. It's all working out in your favor. Trust it in yourself. Trust in the law. Relax. Live your life. And realize you can't fuck this up. Enjoy life in the process. That's my number one thing. Enjoy life while your manifestations are coming, because you already have them. If you feel the lack of them, go in your mind, experience them now. With that, I love you guys. If you remember, I'll see you later on tonight. If not, I will see you next Monday. And I won't see you, but you'll see me in the videos. My eyes are really tired right now, so I can't wink. So I'll see you guys in the next one.